everybody. My name is Miles Wallace, and I'm with Peak Performers. We're a nonprofit staffing and recruiting agency that helps professionals with disabilities find jobs and advance their careers. I'm here today to tell you about the top jobs that we're recruiting for this week, as well as give you a weekly recruiter tip. And this week, we're talking about what's on the table when you get to the job offer stage. First up on this week's top jobs, are you a teacher? If so, Peak Performers has partnered with a local charter school to recruit for their upcoming back to school. If you are a 6th grade science teacher or an 8th grade language arts teacher, we are recruiting for you and want to see your resume. You can contact Chris at our company to get more information. If you are currently looking for a fully remote role and you have experience as a contract specialist, we'd be interested in seeing your resume for that position as well. Do you have experience with SCORM as well as a learning management system? If so, we're currently looking for an e-learning developer. Are you looking for a part-time role, and are you currently a licensed attorney? If so, we currently have a part-time attorney role that we'd be excited to talk with you about. Finally, Peak Performance is continuing its search for an HCBS program specialist. So if you have experience with Medicaid and HCBS, we'd be excited to see your resume very soon. So for this week's weekly recruiter tip, I wanted to talk a little bit more about getting a job offer and negotiations that might happen, particularly what is on the table when you finally get to the job offer and negotiation stage. The first thing that people may think of is compensation. You absolutely 100%. You should make sure that you're being fairly compensated for it, and you are more likely to make more money to at least ask for this kind of thing. But what most people don't factor into this particular calculus is they don't factor in things like relocation expenses or hire bonuses or tuition reimbursement. I've even heard of car allowances and child care allowances as well. So keep all these factors in mind when it comes to the compensation aspect of your job offer. The second thing that you can oftentimes negotiate for is time. And time takes two forms. One is when you're going to start, and the second part is the hours of the day that you're going to actively work each day. The first point that I would make is that sometimes when you do get a job offer, it might conflict with one of your vacation schedules, in which case you don't necessarily need to change that vacation. You can oftentimes negotiate for a later start date that can accommodate your existing vacation. Additionally, you might also be able to negotiate the hours of the day that you work to accommodate your personal life as well. So say, for example, you have to take care of childcare duties or when to pick somebody up, you can oftentimes negotiate from an 8 to 5 to a 9 to 6 kind of schedule. The next thing that you can talk about with the employer is work flexibility, particularly when it comes to geography. Many people don't think about this, but this is totally something that is open for negotiation. There are currently twice as many people looking for remote jobs right now than there are people just looking for jobs in general. And so this gives you a lot of power in the current employment market to ask for things like this. Even if a job doesn't specifically say this is a remote or this is a fully on-site job, you can oftentimes negotiate and have a conversation with the employer to find something that's going to work with your lifestyle. And of course, you can always meet in the middle to find a hybrid job as well. The next thing that you can oftentimes negotiate for is ongoing education. Now, this may not seem obvious to you, but this can actually be a huge dividend in your future career if you are able to use your employer's time and resources and money in order to further train yourself. So go and collect those certifications. The final aspect that many people might not think of is that of job title, particularly getting a job title that's more prestigious for you. This not only raises your prestigiousness within the own organization, but also sets you up for bigger and better jobs down the road on the next job that you get after this. Final thing to keep in mind is that, as with any negotiation, you're not going to get everything that you ask for, but don't be afraid to ask, because the worst thing that they can do is say no. Thanks so much for watching. Again, this has been Miles Wallace from Peak Performers. We are very actively recruiting for a number of roles, so we look forward to seeing your resume very soon. Bye for this week.